Evadale Superintendent for the ISD, Kevin Shipley. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Michaela. Glad to be here.
Well, we're here to talk about Election Day. It's May 4th, and there are a plethora of upgrades to local campuses that residents are going to be voting for. Can you go ahead and walk us through what this bond proposition is?
Wow, we have our bond proposition A is a $24 million bond. It will basically affect every campus in our district. It will be a remodel and rebuild basically the elementary school, which was built in the 50s and 60s. So that would be, it will basically take it, build a new building just behind where our current building is. We'll leave that up so we can have classrooms available for students not to have to be in portables while we're doing the building process. The middle school will be renovated. We'll actually be taking our current library, which was built as a community library. We'll be remodeling it and making that the middle school. It's big, plenty size for that. We will put the library into the elementary and make a big media center there. So all that will be affected. So that's kind of phase one. Phase two would move over to the high school, and basically we move the high school kids into that open classes that we have from remodeling that, and redo the high school classroom wings. We're going to do some maintenance on the auditorium is in the bond. The band hall gets refurbished, and basically all the plumbing and roofs and everything that we've had issues with, the committee decided that that was the way they wanted to go, and that's the direction they wanted to look at the bond.
Now, the reason for these upgrades, is it purely aesthetic purposes or these old buildings? Why are these upgrades so necessary, and why are people going to be voting for them?
Well, according to the committee, they're necessary because the buildings are older than I am. So that's kind of scary. I actually would have been the graduating class, first one out of the high school, and that's the newest building built in '76. So the upgrades, you know, you've maintained things for so long, and it's to a point where you either have to remodel, and that was the conversation that the committee had, is they decided they either need to look at remodeling or rebuilding. And in some cases, it was cheaper to rebuild. And so that was what the recommendation of the committee was, and that's what the board did on the bond.
Now, finally, my last question, and the number one question that everybody who will be voting on these is, how is it going to affect my taxes? Should the community vote yes on the bond, will there be any impact on how much people will be paying in taxes?
Well, you know, I can't legally say that you can vote yes or no on the bonds. I'll watch me saying that, but basically on our website, we have a bond calculator, so you can say we currently have 15 cents going off, and we got the $100,000 valuation. So as far as there being a tax increase, yes, there's a little bit. As far as the overall tax rate, I believe it moves it, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I think it moves it to $1.33 or 34 total. Puts us at 45 cents on our INS side of our tax rate. But it's basically what they were paying. In 2019, it would be the same tax rate that we had back then. So, and values have gone up some, not substantially, but there's a calculator. If you want to figure out what your taxes are going to be on the website, you can go to it, put in your home value, and that'll let you know from the current tax rate to that, what it would be. We can't guess the tax rate otherwise, but we are at the maximum on M&O. So our INS will be what will be affected. And so, it's a major project, yeah. And it makes a lot of change. But like I said, we are spending, besides what we have budgeted, the $800,000 we have budgeted for maintenance and operations right now, we're spending over $500,000 a year out of my M&O budget. We can't afford that. Yeah. So it's taken a chunk. So the board and committee looked at, and we looked at several options, and all of that is on the website. We have a committee meeting tonight at 6:30. Come on out. I will go over that website. I will give you that information, and we are happy to do it. But like I said, go to our website. It has to be factual. They won't let me do anything else. So that's kind of where it is, and read up on it yourself.
Alrighty, well, Mr. Shipley, those are all the questions that I had for you. Is there anything else that you would like to let our viewers here in East Texas know about the bond prop?
I think the main thing is get out, become informed, don't listen to rumor, and vote. I mean, let us know what you think. But we've got a great school district. Our kids are doing well. Things are moving along in a very positive direction, and the board has gone out to do this. But there's all kinds of stuff out there. The ballot language is on there. Everything you need to know, and all the questions you need to ask. And if they're not answered, I'll put them up on frequently asked questions. If you'll send me one, I will make sure I legally answer it. So.
Alrighty, once again, Kevin Shipley, Superintendent for Evadale ISD. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to be talking to you again soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.